choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. Get my fill.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's game for CollegiateR6. We've got an exciting one. It's Oklahoma State University versus Longhorn, Texas. Now, both of these teams, as I have been informed, are currently in a three-way tie for first place for their division. So hopefully we get a pretty hotly contested game. I'm Crow, and I don't know. Whenever he gets back, I'll be joined by Casanova, my good friend Jared. We've known each other for, two, maybe 3 years, and we rarely get the chance to cast with each other. So I figured I would step down from my Challenger League high horse and join him down here. But we do have everyone in the lobby. If we want to go to map bands and just see where we're going to be playing tonight, as you can see, it's going to be Oregon Cafe. The decider is going to be Villa. That is... These three maps are pretty much par for the course. Throw in the occasional clubhouse in there, and you got the 4 most played maps in the entire freaking scene. And there's not much deviation. So I at least still kind of like Oregon. I still kind of like Cafe. Villa, I'm not excited for, but, you know, it is what it is. And if you don't know the rosters either for either team on Oklahoma State, we've got Hyphen, Inception Thunder, Konoma, and Cosmic. On Longhorn, we have Pimp of Games, Look Lots, Duckzilla, My Bullets Go Pew, and I Can't Pick One Waifu. Oh my god.
What a disgusting name.
That's brilliant. I mean, you can't just have one, right? Jared, why would you Why would you pick one waifu when you can have them all?
Polygamy is overrated. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I'm not gonna go there, but I was gonna say that's not what you say when me, you, and Ben are all together.
Oh no, let's not bring up PG environment. You know.
So Jared, you're the big brain comp player here. I'm just a caster.
Oh, is that the case?
I'm just a T2 caster, bro. What are the bans gonna be? I want you to call all 4 of them right now.
All 4 of them?
All 4 of them.
Who's banning first? I missed out on that.
Longhorn.
I'll say Thatcher, first one. Let's see if anyone's
on Oregon? No.
Daring
What?
today, aren't we?
What? And what's number 2? Is it gonna be Capital? Is it gonna
Number
be Maverick?
2, let's
Is it gonna be
see.
Ace?
Oklahoma State's banning right now. They do a lot of roam clearing for this. I'm gonna say probably a Cappy, maybe an Ace, one of those two.
Capital.
Cappy. All right.
Wow.
My first intuition.
Thatcher Capital ban. I can see we're lining up for very exciting Oregon.
Very riveting today, I know. I'm going to take
Mira?
a gander and say Mira. Yeah, maybe Mira today. Which, by the
Do
way,
you
I
think?
should mention this for everyone that Echo is auto-banned.
Oh, still?
So there is going to be no play of Echo.
Oh,
Mirroring
wait, so the last
league,
ban...
there's going to be no play of Echo due to the bug that is still in the game for the operator.
What's the last ban going to be? Wamai,
So I'd say be
Goyo.
adventurous and be Wamai, but I don't think it is going to be. So I'm
What if
going to
it's
say
like
either Malusi or
smoke?
Maestro.
What if it's
I'm
like
going to go with
smoke?
Malusi.
It's
It's a Clash.
Do
Not quite.
Oklahoma State play a lot of Clash?
No.
So this is a ranked ban.
Not
is
to
what you're
my
telling
knowledge.
me.
I'm not incredibly familiar with the teams, but I don't think Oklahoma State is a team known for running Clash. Definitely not.
So what you're telling me is this is a ranked ban.
This is a ranked ban, yes, indeed.
All right, this is a comfort ban. I know there are a lot of people that really, really hate going up against Clash. I mean, my favorite thing to do, and what a lot of pro teams will do, is employ the tried and true strategy of killing everyone around the Clash instead of just dealing with her. Because if you're in a 2vx and your only other teammate is a Clash, things usually don't go great. I think Cosmic actually just got auto-picked on the Kali, and he's going to go on to IQ. This is currently a basement defense with a bandit on the board, and despite the Thatcher ban, for whatever reason, OKST are not running Maverick.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird election not to run the Maverick, but what that makes me think is that they're probably not going to go for the traditional bunker blue push that's favored here. And it also doesn't look like Texas is going to be extending out into bunker blue either, so that's very interesting. Not per the meta, so you see a lot of teams run. There's one interesting operator pick, which is the Ella that they're going to bring. I can't pick one waifu, and they're also going to burn a C4 for a rotate. Very untraditional methods of setting up that.
I guess. I mean, I guess they don't have any other method, right? They've got no impacts, and they've got no shotguns, so whatever.
Never really know if teams are just ranking it out or if that's their strategy, like they draw it up like that.
They're from Texas, right? Country girls make do.
Is that how that goes?
That's exactly how that goes.
Phrase?
That is a Siege reference and not anything else. The other interesting thing, so a couple weird things that are definitely different from the T3, T2 meta. OKST playing Gridlock on Oregon. Usually the flank watch is going to be the Nomad. They're also bringing Thermite and not Ace. No method of clearing utilities such as, or wall utilities such as the Maverick. And Longhorn opting to run the Bandit instead of the Kaid with no Thatcher is definitely curious. And Ella, of course, is a little bit of an off-meta pick. You know, I can't pick one waifu, obviously playing one of them, as the Jaeger is getting droned out, and the Ashe decides that she's going to peek the doorway before the drone actually clears the position, and Thunder just cannot hit his shots. Duckzilla with a 2K that he really should not have gotten, and the Ella, who's just sat inside of Split, will tack on for another.
Yeah, definitely some very sloppy play early on for Oklahoma State. They're in the building rather quickly as they elected to roam clear over anything else, but they just weren't patient enough to follow those drones. So here they are at a stark man disadvantage, as it looks like Pimp of Games is going to push up for another kill, but Konoma and Cosmic both winning their gunfights as Jaeger is still trapped inside security. If Konoma, or if Cosmic makes his way over there to help his Thermite...
Bro,
He should have just waited just a tad, just a little bit longer, and that would have been traded. I have no idea how Duckzilla managed to get an improbable 3K like that, but so far it's been very sloppy from Oklahoma State.
He didn't even switch sides.
I know. He just stayed there the entire time. It was really poorly executed by the college teams. What do you know? So as Cosmic's going to make his way down Main Street. No, actually, it seems he's going to stall out a little bit. We'll have to figure out where he's going to go exactly, as it seems he's headed toward the back stairs now. He's going to find himself in a 1v2 on low HP, but the GA is a menace, that's for sure, as he's again going to change directions. Cosmic, you got to make up your mind, buddy, or is he going to settle on the back stairs?
He does have 45 seconds left, so I mean, it's not the end of the world as of right now, as there's, what is that? Was that like 5 discs on the same wall? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, the G8 is a monster of a weapon. He's just got to click them before they click him. But look, Lots currently peeking down long, might catch the backside of the IQ, but no, they let him push in, but the Wamai's quick on the frag. Goodbye to the head of the IQ. Longhorn with around number 1 because Duckzilla was able to stand in one corner of security and kill literally everyone.
Yeah.
I don't get
Honestly, just great play.
I don't get it.
I honestly think both the Ash and Gridlock were the imposter that round because they threw really hard.
They were the
really hard.
Third imposter.
They were the imposters disguised in Texas uniform and bright burnt orange and white.
The Ash is like, all right, I'm gonna go entry frag this dude in security, and like doesn't wait for the drone before peeking, so he peeks the wrong side.
It's definitely very interesting.
Thunder just decides to not shoot the guy. Like, I don't know. That was weird. And still, Oklahoma State are now going to swap from Gridlock to Jackal. Jackal.
Helps find which corner he's sitting in. That's for
I
sure.
guess so. They still don't have a Maverick, and there is still a... Okay, they still don't have a Maverick, and Longhorn are still taking a Bandit instead of a Kaid, so I mean, if they use the IQ, you know, correctly, they can just go downstairs in the classroom and shoot out the batteries so they can ace the wall into games. There's also no nades on the side of Oklahoma State because they're not bringing Maverick and they're not running Sledge either.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here.
They've only got 5 burn too. I mean, that's not even enough to burn a single ADS.
Yeah, it's definitely not a lot
ADSs.
for. It's not a lot for the utility clearing meta that we see. And how many shields are they bringing on the other side? Which there's only one shield, but you also have the Malusi pass to deal with, all of Wamai's utility and all of Jaeger's utility, which will soak up, what is that, 11 throwables total, and then you have to have one to destroy the ADS as well. So that's definitely not necessarily favorable. But as you see here, as you mentioned, they don't have a Maverick, so you imagine they're going to commit to one side or the other instead of doing a split push, as is very common on Oregon. And Thunder's already in Armory and got his drone up, and hopefully they're going to do a lot better job clearing around than they did last time. And again, Asher Zofia, since it is a bandit on the master wall, they could just impact from outside the classroom without having to risk sending someone in and putting them at risk to a roamer below, since their drone work the first round was not necessarily ideal. But no, it seems they will elect to have the IQ go below and get whatever's off the wall. Kanoma is going to get the attic wall, or excuse me, the master bedroom wall open, as Duckzilla is going to take a heap of damage from Inception. He's going to be dropped at, where is that? I think that was bottom white? Possibly?
Classroom? Judging by the X, I think? Yeah, it looks like it was behind the Zofia. Oh, over by top laundry stairs. All right, so goodbye to the Jaeger. Duckzilla, who got a really big 3K in the last round, will not have any influence on this one. Another thing that's confusing is the defense isn't bringing any sight prep either. They've got the impacts from Malusi, and because they've got to use that for rotates, they can't impact trick the aces. Because what you see a lot of teams do is, like, one ace hole will open, and then you impact it so it can't let off the rest of the charges, but he's able to really get everything down to free.
Yeah,
Deception...
Yeah, I was just going to piggyback off of what you were saying. There are no shotguns, nothing to really mold the site in any sort of way. It's a very bare-bones site, as smokes are going to be coming out here, and maybe the limited rotations might not benefit
He
Texas here is Thunder's going to pick up his kill through the smoke as he's already down into bunk and he's what am I watching?
Wait, he got the kill! He killed the planter! There's no way! How do you... If you're Thunder, you have to be hitting yourself after that one, dude. Alright, Diffuser dropped, and you've still got two C4s on the board. They didn't even have to, like, C4 through the smoke. There's one expended, though, so Look Lost will lose his. Can't pick one waifu, has his in his pocket, but he's going to have to make good work of it with a 1 versus 3. It'll miss, though, so he'll have to rely on his gun, as Cosmic will go for the second plant attempt of the round. Can't pick one waifu, they know exactly where he is. They're watching the white stairs, and he's just kind of looking through the floor. There is no way. Okay, no. Alright, I thought he was going to sit the breaching charge on the diffuser and wait for him to go for it like you do in casual, but no, he was opening the floor so they can hold it from below. If the Bandit chooses to come upstairs, you can already see Cosmic rotating down, and there's Thunder just prone in the kid's doorway to win his fight. I, again, don't get it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting site setup. Definitely not a very complex one, and the attack as well from Oklahoma State was not necessarily the slice of life either, like, or the variety, or the spice of life. What is the turn of phrase for, like, no, the spice of life, you know, not very interesting, very bare bones, very, I don't even know the term of phrase. I you know what, I should pay attention more in English.
I don't know. Oh, but, look, they're bringing a shotgun.
That might help, unless they 6-pick off of it. Unless
I would be sad.
Really hope they don't.
Why are you 6-ing off the Maverick? What did the Jackal do last round that Maverick couldn't have? Okay, yeah, you had smokes. Did the smokes help? No. I guess they let you push in the big dorms and get your frag. You know, good job. But you let Malusi slip by. And now you don't have your nades, so, I mean, again, you've barely got burn. I mean, I guess they didn't really need the burn because Longhorn didn't set up for the burn. I don't even know where the Banshees were.
Well, they are trading a Valkyrie for a smoke, so definitely there's going to be more presence in denying that plant coming out, and that's another shield that has to be dealt with.
They didn't 6-pick off the Valkyrie either, so why are Oklahoma still taking IQ? If there's no...
There are many questions.
Is he just gonna play the G8? Is that what Cosmic? I don't think I've seen Cosmic take out his scanner. He might just
he did last round. He did last round to get the Classroom Bandits off the wall. Well, you gotta think about it as well.
I mean, you don't really
definitely
need to...
not necessarily meta, and it's, in my opinion, not the brightest. Oklahoma State is going for a very straightforward push. They are just going into Master, they're getting the closet open, and that's that. There's not any more complexity to that. So you don't necessarily need a Maverick for this site, but at the same time, you don't need an IQ because
you can just go below, like, just have a team, like, even if you don't know where the wall is from below, just have your teammate ping the wall, and then you can just...
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna hide a bandit battery.
Yeah, there's no way to do that. So it's very interesting. Maybe they're just trusting the fragging ability of Cosmic, who is currently the tougher. Thunder has already been downed. No idea where.
I don't think they know there's a guy in... I don't think they knew there was a guy in Armory until Thunder went down. And they're actually doing an Armory trophy hold. This is something that we've seen both in CL and PL, so it's a little bit more of a strategy than we saw last round. And again, poor drone work is going to fell one player, and there's the second for Duckzilla as the Ash just doesn't react really at all. And Inception, instead of holding behind the white van, is going to hold a soft angle on the front door. Kanoma at least refrags on the Lamai, so he shuts down the rest of the discs, but...
yeah, that was really painful.
Ash just didn't react.
Especially since they knew the Jaeger came up laundry. That's where he got the entry frag last time, was the Jaeger coming up laundry stairs last time, and for whatever reason they thought lightning wouldn't strike twice, especially since it was unsuccessful the first time. It was definitely very interesting that they did not pay a whole lot of mind to it, and they are definitely biting the bullet for that one, so I really hope that is not something that happens again. But right now it seems that the attack on low HP is going to be stalling out, and I can't pick a one waifu is throwing a C4 onto the door. I think he's just going to use it for denial, waiting to hear someone come in. They did have information on the Jaeger, and finally Duckzilla is going to be put to rest again. Another round where he got kills that were very questionable on whether or not he should have picked up, but hey, no matter what, it's about the result that matters in the end, as there's going to be smoke playing just above Swamp. He's going to have those canisters to deny just a little bit longer. Is there only 20 seconds left on the clock, and Konoma and Inception are going to have to pull out something great if they wish to figure this one out. So the Ace Charge is going to come out and take out the shield, as Konoma is now knocked down to just over a quarter of his health. As the smoke's going to fall back, and Konoma is finally going to drop to the pistol of Malusi. Inception with 4 seconds and a seemingly impossible end to the round. Bandit's finally going to swing. He's going to fail to pick up the kill. And Inception will protect his KD for the round, as Texas will take the third round of Oregon, taking them to a 2-1 lead.
So you're telling me Duckzilla did the exact same thing that he did the last round, but then
it worked this time.
After he got the 2 kills, sat in garage and just kind of cornered himself.
Yeah, it sounds right. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he did.
And the attackers opened the attic wall from Trophy with no tower control, with no long attic control.
To be fair, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world.
I mean, it's not the worst thing, but with the way that angle works from Swamp, you're just not going to get that smoke out of there. So you're just kind of opening yourself up.
Well, if you have nades or more burnability, but if it's already proven...
If you have nades.
Right. But it's already proven early that Oklahoma State does not really care to deal with the utility that the defenders are bringing, which is probably not the best decision for them. I would definitely say if you drop the IQ for anything with more flashes or nades or anything like, I don't know, a Maverick to help.
They're taking Nomad, so they've got... And Thermite, so they got more burn.
They did not have the Nomad last round.
Yeah.
So like that is a new addition.
Jackal.
And did have the Jackal.
Who didn't do anything.
I mean, it to me just seems like willful ignorance at this point, and they're just going to kind of make do with what they're doing as they're droning out above. Again, I think Oklahoma State's going to go for their same push down Laundry and down Freezer. Hopefully, Duckzilla is not going to sit in security again and get another 3K or so.
I swear to God.
As it looks like Waifu is still making rotates up in kids so late into the round. I'm pretty sure they're aware of his presence as he kills one drone with the SMG-11 extended barrel. As they're going to deploy an Ash Charge super early is...
kill this Thermite.
He's going to kill the cam.
Please, dude. All right. So Thermite's just kind of... What?
I don't know. Not quite, Konoma.
What?
Waifu. This is definitely a very scuffed run.
I don't understand. So Konoma's just kind of bot walking around the map, trying to hunt this guy down. The rest of Oklahoma State are bot sprinting around the map. At least they'll get the kill on Duckzilla. Wherever the Jaeger... What? Wait, Cosmic is still upstairs. Where was Duckzilla? I don't know where Duckzilla was, but he's dead now, so, again, no more 3K for Jaeger, and they are just gonna say, you know what? Screw the mute. Let's just take Freezer control. There are the holes in there, and they'll spot that player in the back, and Pimp of Games is just going to not move. Okay. 3 versus 5 now. Oklahoma State with a pretty brilliant entry. Well, I don't know if I'd say brilliant. With an entry working out in their favor, but here's Waifu on the approach as he has not been hunted down just yet. But there's the Zofia, and as he stands up, it's right into the crossfire of Inception. 5v2 now, as Longhorn have yet to do anything to make me believe they can win this round. It's just my bullets go pew and look lots. The Wamai and the Ash will trade, leaving it all up to the Smoke in a 1 versus 4. He's got 3 gas cannons left, but he's got a whole minute of time to delay, and attackers encroaching on his position from all angles. 1 from Laundry, 1 from Freezer, 2 from Tower, and here's through the rotate is the Zofia. He seems to be just in E-Box, hiding. There's an air jab on the doorway, so he can't move either. He'll win the fight against Nomad. I don't know why he thought it was okay to walk through that door, and thus he'll die to the IQ. Oklahoma State take round number 4, and I don't even think a single drone left their pockets during the round.
No, they had a couple. I saw why.
Are you sure?
One. Yeah, I'm positive they had.
But was that a mid-round drone, or was that from the prep phase?
Not entirely sure, to be completely honest with you, but I know they at least did some drone work for sure.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe they just know this was their map pick, correct? Yeah, they.
I know the Thermite
Oklahoma
didn't do drone work.
That was
I'm pretty
definitely
sure.
not ideal. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Konoma was doing there, but he's very fortunate that the mute did not get aggressive on his location. There was definitely a very odd choice for Texas not to. I don't know. It was very weird round overall. I'm really. That's where I'm struggling, like, to depict what all was happening there, because it was just kind of like a dance on. What is it? The Thermite was in bathroom and the mute was in dining, and it's just like this awkward position where they both knew they were there, and then at the end it's just like, you know what, we're not going to confront our problems and we're just going to like sit here. And Oklahoma State pushed into site, which turned out to be quite successful for them, while mute decided that he was just going to sit above and do quite literally nothing. So it doesn't really, I don't know. I'm casting right now. I can't talk.
Longhorn definitely was a very interesting setup. I literally just noticed, is this the first round we're seeing a Jaeger?
This is not the first round that we're seeing a Jaeger. Dougzilla has been playing Jaeger. Yep.
Oh yeah, Dougzilla's been playing. I saw it on a different person and I'm like, they haven't been breaking Jaeger before. Oklahoma State still with the standard lineup, still bringing IQ for basement. Not quite sure why, but hey, I guess it worked last time. You got kills, so keep doing you, bro. And they will start to clear top floor. Longhorn opting to take Mozzie instead of Mute, and Duckzilla joining him upstairs. He'll just peek big window and he'll end up downing Inception. He actually wins that fight. Wow. And unfortunately, though, for my Bullets Go Pew, he'll be peeking a prone melee hole in the wall of attic. So you'll lose the Mozzie. Zofia will be recovered, and Duckzilla will have to give up that top floor control. They've only wasted a minute, so it's not the best roam in the world, especially for, you know, losing a body. They'll keep trying to contest it, though. I can't pick one waifu just currently skirting around the main lobby, contesting the main door. He'll probably rotate down Freezer soon enough, I would at least imagine. And I think Duckzilla's already back down on the site. He is.
Yeah, it's not what you want out of your roam game to lose a person and a half, but at the very least you put Inception on a pube's worth of health. I don't know how else to describe that, but he is barely clinging on. If he had waited just 1 millisecond longer to take out that Legion Mine, he would have been done for, that's for sure. As Cosmic's clearing done, they know about Duckzilla, who's playing on Freezer stairs, and they're hoping to clear him out. I'm not sure how aggressive he's playing right here. Is the freezer hatch open, or are they just all sitting on top of it right now? I can't really tell. Oh, it is open.
It is open. Wait,
it is
open. No, they didn't use a thermite charge. Wait, it was soft?
That
okay.
Is not what you want,
especially. Was soft.
Yeah, not what you want, especially if, you know, you're going to be holding freezer or dedicating people to freezer, or opening those line of sights to freezer.
No,
in general.
That was opened by the defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like,
I just realized. I thought it was like soft and the attacker's open, but they haven't expended any utility. That's interesting. Thermite is going to really expose himself to the angle from Duckzilla. That's a default angle all the way from Supply Cubby all the way over inside of Freezer. No picks other than the Mozzie dead upstairs so far, but as I say that, the low HP Zofia, who withstood, will get a little bit too close to an electrified wall and actually get killed by a bandit battery. Duckzilla will attack on for another kill. Konoma goes down, and so does your hard breach, as well as dropping Diffuser in back Freezer. There's nobody on the attack in range to pick that up with the time they have left. And as I can't pick one waifu takes out one, there's another from the smoke. It's all over. It's a 1v4 for Thunder. They'll get 1 kill, but it is a wholly Pyrrhic victory. So got quickly traded out. Longhorn. Round number 5.
Look, lots putting in some work with that extended barrel, huh?
I mean, yeah, that was decent recoil control. I mean, the IQ was only 5 feet in front of him, but I guess if you can control it with the extended barrel,
no reason
why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I've ever actually met a player who could, like, reliably, but if it works for Look Lots, then so be it.
He could be the chosen one. You never know.
Could be the show. You could be next up with the SMG-11, bro.
He could
be the next Shepherd. You've seen Shepherd's shots with that thing?
Oh my god, he shreds.
Fact. Do the next
Absolutely.
Bosco? Look lots is the next Bosco.
I don't know about the next Bosco. That's kind of high standard to put look lots dude. Let look lots be the next look lots, dude.
Is Look lots' name Dylan? He might be close enough already.
Dylan? Is it? I have no idea if his name's Dylan.
Neither do I. That's Bosco's name.
Gotcha. I think I knew that. I think I knew that one.
You've never heard the cast who shout Dylan Bosco Bosco?
Yeah, I think I have heard that one. Did he just put barbed wire on top of the... Okay, for a second I thought Pew put barbed wire on top of the bed. He started to, but he stopped doing it after a while. We see UT losing the Wamai that they brought last time, as I guess they thought that the usage of the shield was not really that important. It was...
But then why put Barb in there?
I'm going to assume maybe the shotgun might be playing close, or they're playing off the contact of the barb. I'm not entirely sure. What is the 96 below the Mozzie?
Oh, that's been there for a while. That's just that. I don't know what that thing is. I'm pretty sure it's a bug, but it's been there since Invite 2020.
Really? I've never known. Is it just Mozzie?
Yes. Yeah, there's like a 96 below his pest count. No one really knows why. They think it might be like a... Oh, okay. Well, speaking of the Mozzie, Hyphen's dead because...
Reasons.
I guess there just wasn't a drone. I think the Ash just kind of tried to walk in, and Duxzilla killed him.
It's definitely kind of interesting to see Hyphen struggle right now, because Hyphen is one of the top 10 kill leaders right now in CR6. So to see him struggle early on entry is definitely not beneficial for Oklahoma State, that is right now facing a deficit. Oregon is, albeit a very defender-sided map. However, you don't want to see yourself go down too far no matter what side you're on. So right now Oklahoma State is trying to fight and even this one up, so they're not going into next round with a disadvantage. And it looks like they're changing up their push this time, starting off taking Attic versus Master, even though their Master pushes have worked twice now?
They're also trying to clear out downstairs with, you guessed it, no intel. They are, as they say, dry peeking or face checking around corners. I can't pick one waifu, is going to be on yet another waifu, Bandit, superior waifu to Ella, and he's going to wait for the Zofia to cross, and there's the headshot, because Inception didn't know where he was. And why? Why is that, Jared? Well, it's because he is just kind of walking down the hallway without intel in front of him. Now it's a 5 versus 3, and that downstairs clear, not going to be happening anymore. They're just going to let waifu chill. There's 2 people over by Attic and 1 on White. One of the players in Attic will find a kill. The Mozzie and Bandit are playing downstairs for C4, and if they know where the default plant spot is, they should be able to deny anything that Konoma tries to do. Luglots is also playing very close on the rotate, and the Nomad flashing herself will stop the push for now. Duxzilla takes a heap of damage, but is still able to find the kill on Thunder. There's the Vulcan. That's an easy kill for Luglots. Konoma gets 1, but Duxzilla finds his 3rd. Longhorn. Oh, they'll take round number 6.
Yeah, it's definitely very peculiar. I'll put it that way. That 3 Mozzie pests are deterring Oklahoma State, which I wouldn't put it on the Mozzie pest. I wouldn't give that to Texas like, oh, good job, you kept them from droning. Like I don't think the entry denial or the info denial really did all that much for Texas. I think Oklahoma State's poor droning overall was consistent from first round when they weren't bringing a Mozzie and when they're doing other things like bringing a mute. They have not played a vigil at all to deny info, and it just seemed like droning was a real struggle for Oklahoma State throughout the entire first half. But on the bright side, you don't have to drone on defense. So hopefully that's going to be a lot better for Texas on this side. Maybe they'll be able to give some tips to Oklahoma State on how to drone properly. There's no drone denial. Well, I guess the mute is, but I imagine that's going to be going onto the walls as they're going to be starting out above. One thing that's very starkly different from Oklahoma State's defenses up top versus Texas's defenses up top is you see a lot of shotgun holes. A lot of destruction going around on the site. You have both the SAS shotguns for Oklahoma State, so they're definitely really making that site theirs, making a lot of the more default holes that people see in the floors, line of sight holes and kids. That might actually be a vault rotate, default rotates top white and into Attic. from kids. So you're seeing a lot more, I guess, thought process, and you're probably going to see a lot more of the roamers below playing for C4s and relying on angles from below. So that's going to urge Texas to really clear them out.
The other thing very interesting about Longhorn's attacking lineup is the Collie. Now, Collie is typically, at least at the T3, T2, T1 level, Collie is really only played out of necessity. No one really chooses to play Collie. She's only played when the Thatcher or Maverick is banned because she's, of course, you know, as UB has kind of advertised her as, is the Thatcher Maverick alternative. You know, stick one of those on the wall, let it rip. The weakness of the Collie is that if you've already pre-placed your hard destruction, because you're trying to get rid of a mute jammer or whatever, what have you, the Collie will destroy that as well. Also, Collie, not the best operator in a gunfight. If you got that sniper rifle out and you're trying to take an engagement, you miss your first shot and you are a dead man. So, we'll see how Duxilla fares with it, though. She does have a pretty strong secondary. Thunder will get droned out, as I Can't Pick One Waifu is playing with a drone in front of him, and I don't know what that swing was, but the Zofia will go down.
Yeah, the IQ's lagging behind the refrag that came out from Pimp of Games, but now he's just face-checking, hoping that he's going to catch Thunder, as Thunder's just narrowly going to miss the head of Pimp of Games. And support's also coming down the hall from Hyphen, who's going to be staring right at that pixel of Pimp of Games. If I were Pimp of Games, I would personally cut my losses and just dip out, but seems he's going to be cornered right now. I'm not exactly sure where University of Texas is pushing right now, as Hyphen's going to pick up another kill on someone who I presume was in kitchen, and yes, he was. Thunder has now made his way back up to Canadian. Hopefully he does not find himself in this unfortunate place as the namesake player. It's now down to a 3v5 for Texas. I'm not sure if they've gotten any wall. No, they have gotten the wall open. I think they also got attic open. No, it was impact tricked closed. So definitely very smart on their part.
Or C4.
Thunder's
Cosmic, I think C4'd it. They don't have impact.
didn't? Oh, I guess he would have had to.
Yeah, unless the attackers, I don't know, shot their own base charge, but yeah.
Looks like
It was probably
oh.
I was gonna say it's probably a C4. Interesting too that Collie is running breaching charges on a top floor attack. Pimp of Games is gonna get Pimp of Games is gonna get blown sky high by the C4. A great toss there from Thunder, and Duxilla is down. Finished off by Konoma. Look lots. 1 versus 5. What can you do, buddy? You'll get 1. 1 versus 4. 15 seconds left. He's got now an average of about 3 seconds to find all of these kills, and Valkyrie's hiding. There's one behind a shield. There's actually 2 behind a shield, and he'll get finished off by Hyphen the Malusi all the way from White Stairs through the game's rotate. There's just something about both of these teams and the inability to clear a roam.
Yeah, it's definitely not polished by any means. Both teams don't seem to be lacking very sorely when it comes to the information front. I'm not entirely sure why, as neither team is really focusing on depriving either team of information. So it just really comes down to drone economy for both of these teams. I would assume the pre-placed drones that both of these teams have are not very useful. Either they're throwing away a lot of drones, which I'll probably pay attention to a little bit more. They're either throwing away a lot of drones in the prep phase, or they're just not setting very useful pre-placed drones. Maybe they're pocketing too many. It really just comes down to the decision-making of whoever these droners are. Definitely, though, if either team wants to see more success on the attacker side of things, then they do need to manage those drones a lot better, and I imagine things would go a lot smoother for them. One very interesting thing for this downstairs basement is the use of a vigil, as this is a very heavy site for anchoring and then also utility or playing to the meta and forcing attackers to clear utility. Vigil doesn't really offer any of that. I would imagine Thunder's going to be roaming here, and there's no use of Jackal on the side of Texas. And as we just discussed, both teams' attacks have been very poor up until this point. So someone like Jackal would help with that roam clear if they've been having issues, but they don't have him. So it's very interesting to see. I think Thunder is either going to make or break this round, rather it's going to be his lack of presence and lack of use of utility. Because right now, as it's prepping, Texas is just looking to go for a bunker construction push, which is very typical nowadays. And they're going to start by clearing the Wamai out of blue Kanoma.
Of course, this is a very step-by-step process a lot of times. This will give them a little bit of trouble, though. This shield with the Jaeger sitting behind it of Hyphen. And although Thunder is on the roam, he's definitely going to have to watch out for the nomads of My Bullets Go Pew, who... Wait, I don't know where he is, but he hasn't actually placed one yet. Hyphen will go down, though, thanks to the Kali, a brilliant shot there from Duckzilla. As the shield will fall, so will the rest of the Jaeger's protection. He's just kind of stuck behind Pillar now, a man on an island, and he will likely be irrecoverable and will just end up either bleeding out or being finished off by whoever decides to take tower stairs. There is a drone from Texas as well. More than one, actually. We saw one upstairs, one confirming that the Jaeger's down, and they'll spot Kanoma looking maybe for the pickup as well. He's on the outskirts, throwing out another disc, actually, to, I guess, protect the downed Jaeger. So far, so good for Longhorn.
Yeah, right now, this is the thing with Vigil being up, right? Right now, it's effectively a 3v5 on site. Because you have, with the Jaeger being down, there's no utility to support the defense and a very slow flank coming out from Thunder, as Hyphen's finally going to be finished off by the Kali of Duckzilla. And like I said, 3v5, because right now, Thunder, no utility to offer on site, he didn't give anything to the team, and he's just out in no man's land. And they haven't even tried to drone him, so there's not any use for his individual ability either. As actually, it seems they're aware of Vigil, as Pew is going to take this gunfight, even though he really does not need to. If they have the drones to know that he's there, then it really shouldn't be much of an issue that he is there to begin with. I don't understand how Texas has stalled out as much as they have, but they really have. As soon as I say that, Pimp of Games enters the site, getting 2 kills. It's all down to the... Okay. It's all down to Vigil and Freezer, who's not going to check boxes, I would imagine. And no, he does, but he's going to lose the gunfight to My Bullets Go Pew. And it's going to be it for the round, as Texas is going to push this closer to match point, taking now a 5-3 lead, I believe, over Oklahoma State. I think that's what it is.
So,
yeah.
The Jaeger's shield was very short-lived. Unfortunately, took a little bit of an over-aggressive peek against a Kali. Never something you want to do if the Kali can hit her shots. So he goes down. The Vigil's off-site. Yeah, Nomad's just kind of busy holding him, so it's even man countdown on the site push. But Pimp of Games just kind of walked in and killed everyone.
Yeah, it looked like Oklahoma State was prepared to stall out there, but Pimp of Games said he was having none of it and picked up 2 really quick kills onto the Smoke and the Maestro on site. Or I think it was the Smoke and the Maestro that he picked off. He just peeked the elbow wall and got both of those. I'm not sure if they lined up or if he just managed to make a good play there, but either way, it swayed the round completely into the control of Longhorn Gaming. Now, Oklahoma State, in their last match on Oregon against, I think it was Louisiana Lafayette, I think that's who it was. They ended up losing 6-8, but they were also down 2-6 at one point, and they managed to send it to overtime on the defensive side of things. So they're not necessarily unfamiliar with this deficit. Oklahoma State could come back, and they're definitely, with it being as defender-sided of a map as it is far from over. But to this point, especially with the failure to 6-pick off the Vigil for maybe something more useful, which, for the record, Vigil does have his place on the site if a team is roam clearing, if a team is actually caring to clear him. But right now, it just seems like he's off on an island by himself, and he's not offering anything to the team either. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very odd pick. Yeah.
Because, like, all that Longhorn need to do is get the air jabs up and maybe sit Nomad in tower. Just wait. And otherwise, you know, Vigil's big role is delay while the team is clearing you, or go for a late flank. And if Nomad sits there, then he can't flank, and thus, you know, he's just another gun on the site with really no utility. Inception is playing an E-Box very aggressively, trying to, it looks like, peak Pimp of Games, who is behind the barrels. They'll start to clear over towards Elbow 2 and get rid of the shield, likely. as that's unfortunate. I can't pick one waifu will destroy his own drone, and there we go. There's Ace opening up the elbow wall, so the attackers will be able to get that crossfire all the way through the site. Sorry, no, wait, Ace is opening E-box. Or is he opening both at the same? He was opening both at the same time. Both, yeah. I lied. They have not. Why is Duckzilla just?
Why is he?
My friend, you have to clear the ADSs first. You have to burn. You can't always just kind of go for it. I mean, his utility's not usually needed all that much on this site, but that is his last lance. The shield and pillars is going to persist.
You just made me think as well. Oklahoma State also is electing to run a vigil over wall denial as well. I understand that Texas is bringing a Kali, and that would be pretty much a moot point anyway. But still, it's definitely very strange that they would rather just bring no denial at all. Yeah. And so, well, Mai is going to snatch up.
Clear.
Yeah. And again, I would say effectively it's a 3v5. This vigil might pick off the Nomad going down, and the plant's going down out of Look of Lots as they've already secured the map control that they needed. It's now a 2v5, and Thunder again late to the site, offering pretty much nothing as he is going to pick up a kill onto.
Oh no, he didn't even get that kill.
No. He did do most of the damage there for what it's worth. As Vigil's going to now fall, and is all down onto the shoulders of Konoma with the black ice. Black ice. Oh god, I cannot speak. It is getting that time of night. Oh man, I just reset my sleep schedule. Oh my god, I'm getting tired at this time. Yeesh. Pivot Games is.
I think he's got what, 6 kills in the last 2 rounds now.
Yeah, good for him. He's showing that the 5.52 is not out of style, though most people prefer the.
I like the 5.52 still.
I still like the 5.52. I just don't understand why they took the ACOG off of that gun, or at least give it the 2 times. I'm not really sure why that gun. I thought it. I genuinely thought it was the G8.
Because the AUG deserves it more, dude.
False. Oh, a Dokubi's gonna come out. Please don't 6-pick it. I thought it was interesting.
I mean, it was interesting. But, like,
wasn't good, but like as far as like, well, maybe in place of like the Kali or something, because again, they're not bringing any Walden. Well, up top they did, and they are going back up top. I would presume as it's their only successful site to this point. It's very interesting that we don't see either team taking a chance on a tertiary site. I'm not sure if it's because they don't have one, or like don't have a strap for it, or they're just not familiar with it. But usually you see a lot on the higher tiers of play. You see a lot of reliance on these tertiary sites like Meeting Kitchen and Dining Kitchen, which, for what it's worth, have very high statistical win rates.
Yeah, and, there's no really like
bad side on order.
Yeah, there's no big decision on what's better either between Meeting and Dining. Because Meeting revolves around whether or not you can control attic and then plant stage. Dining is you gotta clear showers, take the Maestro out of showers. So
Dining also relies a lot on vertical play.
Yeah.
I mean, Meeting Kitchen has about a 75% win rate in APL versus Dining Kitchen has about a 50-something. So there's at least a little bit of a marginal difference, but effectively, it's really which one you believe you can do better as a team. Because there are some teams that have a lot of success on Meeting that don't have the same success on Dining and vice versa.
Yeah. They are bringing the weird thing though is that they're bringing the Kali.
Even though the IQ is going to blow.
Even though the IQ is just going to go for below, because the teams haven't really placed much emphasis on attic control anyway. So why would you not drop the Kali? I mean, even then, you know, if you're going to go for attic, just take Maverick.
One thing both teams don't really
Ace to go to attic. You just open it with Maverick and have Ace dedicated to the games wall, and you know.
Shh! Don't give them ideas. Remember, they're my competitors. But one thing both teams are definitely lacking on the attacking front, and it seems to have hurt.
What?
Buddy? No, they got ADS, right? No, I didn't even make it to the ADS.
He shot it on the barricade.
Duck. Oh, okay, that was at least
wait,
a flash.
they're burning it.
That makes me feel better. The thing that both teams have been missing so far have been nades, I would say. I don't think both... I think nades would benefit both of these teams right now, especially after clearing ADSs, and since only one team brought Wamai, and did for like 1 second. Is Dugzilla's going to pick up a shot onto Konoma.
Through the window?
Come on,
Why is
Konoma.
he-
You knew he was
Alright.
there. Oh well.
That's
As the first pick is going to come out from Texas, and now it's going to be evened out by Hyphen, but then Cosmic's going to hit the ground as a flank drone is being thrown by Duckzilla. As who is it that's down? I think it's it's Cosmic down. Okay, and they get him right back up. As is there anyone playing in kids right now? Yeah, there's a
There is.
shotgun
Oh,
approach in
he's
kids,
dead
but he's
now.
gonna lose. Loses the fight as Mind Bullets Go Pew take the lead. Oh, it's a 3v1 on match point here for the University of Texas, all onto the shoulders of Thunder, who's going to have to pick up all 3 of these kills, albeit My Bullets Go Pew is going to be low. He's going to take a little bit of damage from I Can't Pick One Waifu, as My Bullets Go Pew is going to be holding the kids rotate, waiting for his movement as he's looking for just 1 kill, 1 entry, some sort of leeway to push into this post-plant, basically defense of Texas. Thunder's going to be peeking, he's going to take his chance with the fight on My Bullets Go Pew. This is going to be a double crossfire, and he's not even going to be the one picking it up. I Can't Pick One Waifu is going to get the 1 pick they need to send this to map number 2.
Okay.
Texas takes Oklahoma State's map pick 7-3.
That, they actually did go for out of control, and it really worked in their favor, especially since the Jaeger just kind of peeked them and gave away
Crazy.
all that
The one
control.
team that split pushes wins that.
Wow. Duckzilla 12-6 on Jaeger Kali. Good job to him. Thunder doing his best, being the only member of his team positive, but still a 7-3 scoreline, fairly dominant from Longhorn. We are going to take a quick 5-minute intermission while we set up map number 2 and give the players a little break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Longhorn's pick of Cafe, and quite possibly the last map of the series if things keep going this way in just after this.
Fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the goal. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all.
Welcome back, everyone, after that short break and a dominant 7-3 victory for Longhorn Gaming. Lots of
Be nice. Be nice.
questionable plays coming out from both teams. Questionable operator picks and stuff like that. But that is only map 1. We have one more, possibly 2 more, depending on how Cafe goes. Now, Longhorn did win Oklahoma's pick. Now we're going on the Longhorns pick, though. Cafe is a little bit less of a utility-heavy map as Oregon. It relies a little bit more on gun skill. So,
well, I mean, yes and no. Well, it really depends, I guess.
I feel like if you take the maps and you're like, all right, like the really utility strat-heavy map, like Oregon
theme park as well,
and theme park, and then you get like the monkey maps, like Coastline and Consulate.
The monkey maps, huh?
Cafe is right in the middle.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a good balance between the two teams. One top storyline that I'd really like to touch on was Hyphen, who is the normal top fragger for Oklahoma State, had a very lackluster game for map 1 on Oregon, which is very peculiar. Last time he played Oregon, he dropped a total of 18. So I'm not really sure if that was because of 18. Texas's ability to stop him, if they had some sort of game plan for that, or if it was just a bad map, which happens for anyone. And hopefully that doesn't, for Oklahoma State's sake, hopefully that doesn't transition to a bad day, which sometimes having that first off game kind of ruins the rest of it. But who really knows to this point? As let's get underway at Cafe. I was 4 for 4 for map bans last time, so I want to see if I can do it again, like a hat or a hat trick.
Do you think it's Thatcher?
Well, Oklahoma State's banning first, so I'm not sure if they're going to be the first one to ban Thatcher. I'll stick with Thatcher. Let's go with Thatcher.
Stick with Thatcher?
No, it's a Jackal.
Jackal. It's freaking Jackal on Cafe? All right. I mean, I guess. Wait, was it? No, wait, wasn't Oklahoma State the ones? Thunder was playing Jackal.
They had a lot. Yeah, Oklahoma State played Jackal, and both teams sort of struggled with drone work on roamers, but I thought Oklahoma State struggled a whole lot more. I thought it was substantially more.
Right,
yeah, and there's the Thatcher ban coming out from Longhorn, who did also ban Thatcher on Oregon. So,
banning Jackal, though, leaves up Capital, leaves up Maverick.
Mira? Yeah, Miro is my next guest as well. So right now I'm 2 for 3 right now. So
what's the last one?
6 or 7. And the last one,
that was quick.
I'm gonna say Valkyrie. I'm feeling it. No, it's going to be a Cade ban, which is very interesting on Cafe. It's not an unheard of ban, but it's not really one that I would have put with maybe old Bank, when Bank was in the rotation. Definitely one. Consulate, you might see Cade every now and then. Clubhouse is definitely the most common one I would associate Cade with.
Sometimes Villa?
Yeah, but it's about as rare on Villa as it is on
Cafe.
On Cafe. So
even then, you really only see Kaid bans when both Maverick and Thatcher are gone, because you can't collie them off the wall if they're placed correctly.
You saw it beforehand too, especially with maps that were heavy with hatches. Though Cafe is not really one of those. There's one central hatch that's actually reinforceable. There are other central hatches on this map, but there's only one reinforceable one.
Hatch.
Yeah, and it's the freezer hatch, which a lot of teams like to have that open. It really depends on how you're going to play it.
Laundry is always open.
Oh, always. Yeah, 100% of the time. Doesn't matter what site.
Wait, this is a normal operator lineup for this site. Let's go. All right, so Maestro, obviously always a solid pick, especially on this site. You'll see usually an Evil Eye covering bar, maybe one inside of Cocktail, and Maestro will be the one tasked with challenging those long angles because he has the Alda. Smoke and Mute, of course, very useful on this site because this site has to undergo a lot of construction work. You usually see a lot of times the bar wall will be open. You've got the rotate bathroom. A lot of times long bar, you will see that itself get opened up. So you can get angles on the default planter without actually having to wrap around the bar itself. You can just look through it. Mute also really useful for drone denial here. Smoke, always good. Valkyrie, a lot of intel is needed on this site if you want to defend it effectively. Plus, you can play for the C4 downstairs. And of course, you're going to need a Jaeger or Olmai no matter where you're going. Longhorn, I would say their lineup is The IQ's good because there's a Valkyrie. It's definitely it makes a lot more sense than on Oregon. Although I still
It's versatile. I mean,
still don't get the Kali.
well, you never really know, because Kali also has the ability to burn and just outright destroy things as well, which, again, that's just off the board, and maybe they really like that, right? Like, and maybe it's just something that's very comfortable for them. Maybe they practice without a Kali instead of a Maverick. Like, a lot of teams would just go straight for the Maverick, which I agree, I think Maverick's the better pick, but, who knows, maybe it's just a personal preference, and I'm not really going to disagree if Duckzilla, who played Jaeger and Kali last round, dropped
He did go 12 and
kills.
6.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, it's if he's doing his job on Kali and they think that's going to be a good alternative to everything else that they're doing, then go for them. I think he got whatever was off the wall, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he didn't.
Did not.
There's a mute jammer on the wall, and
Peculiar why they cannot get it. They use a nade.
Is it in Cigar?
Is
it
it?
might be in Cigar.
I think he just needed to pick up the ace charge and use the other side.
No, it goes, if you clear the jammer, it just goes. Yeah, it's in Cigar, and it's catching that side of the wall. At least they'll be able to get one side of it down, and they'll also be able to claim the life of Konoma. So the Jaeger dies. Wait, did he push out from Pixel? For some reason, Konoma thought it was a good idea to push out from the Pixel shield.
Oh, and another player has also left the
That's
OK State lineup due to a disconnection. We're not entirely sure why, but they are going to be calling for a rehost after this round, it seems. So Inception tries his best to even it out, but Wi-Fi says otherwise for the sake of Oklahoma State's fate. However, Duckzilla is off the board as Inception is trying his best. He's about to be in an engagement with the Zofia if I can't pick one waifu, and he is going to lose that engagement as he's going to drop health and Zofia is not. The freezer wall is also open, but time is dwindling for the attack as they're waiting to make their push. Waifu patiently waiting for Inception to peek again, but I don't think that's going to happen. His sight presence is being pushed, and Inception narrowly misses the head of the ace. Hyphen's going to pick up another kill, and it's now a 3v3 with 10 seconds left on the clock, and Inception's going to pick up the IQ that is pushing in. A 3v2, 3v1 as a flurry of kills go across the leaderboard. And does he know that he downed Waifu? And yes, he does, and Hyphen's going to pick up the last kill, and after the disconnection of their one teammate, it seems that Oklahoma State will be calling a rehost. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's back. Sick.
No rehost needed.
No rehost
All right,
needed.
Cosmic has returned.
But that round, was good from the attack. It was good from the attack. They got the Jaeger out of Pixel, and then they really
stalled
didn't
out.
do anything.
They really did stall out.
They took Pixel and they were like, all right, what now?
If Pixel was the site, they would have won it. I promise you that.
However, Hyphen just kind of got kills. The guy in bathroom killed the IQ, and
yeah, the mute or Inception right there did a great job because he was basically the crux, like that was being relied on for that site, right? He was playing in bathroom, and Hyphen was supporting him from Whitehall, so anyone that tried to push him in Whitehall was going to be crossfired by both that mute and the Valkyrie of Hyphen. And then I believe it was a Maestra that was playing Cocktail, was also basically crossfiring anyone that pushes into bar, anyone into B1, and then Inception's also there to pick up that kill. Narrowly missing what would have been a really clean shot if he had hit into New Balcony, which actually very peculiar setup coming out right now. I want to touch on that in a second, but I think it is. But it's definitely an interesting setup coming out for Oklahoma State. But yeah, last round definitely well played by Inception. Picks up a 3K when his team really needs it. And Oklahoma State again, patterns repeating themselves. They lost their map pick last week and then went on to Cafe, which is Texas's map pick, and then last week they beat Louisiana Lafayette 7-2 on this map, starting on the defense. So let's see if history repeats itself and they also claim this map as well.
Nope, so no bakery pull. They just set up an Evil Eye there, castled off Small Bake, and then left. Not quite sure why, but They did. Inception is playing Harry Potter as Smoke. That is not typically the position you see the Smoke playing, especially because he can't really get his gas canisters into the site, and if you need to challenge down in a restaurant, that is not the gun you want to do it with. He'll opt to leave and rotate back into the site, but that's as the thermite charge goes off, and thus the attackers now have the open breach. They got a long sight line for the Collie to play off of. What? You saw the melee hole! Are you kidding me? Duck, pull the freaking trigger! I can't pick one waifu, at least trades one back, and he gets 2 for his troubles, but Konomo will frag out Look Lots. What could have been a man count advantage for Longhorn is now even man count, and they don't have top floor coverage. Hyphen gets the kill on Pimp of Games, shutting down the IQ. My Bullets Go Pew looks like he knows the player's upstairs, and Konomo will be slammed, thanks to a call-out from his teammate who died up there earlier. 2 versus 2 now, Zofia and Thermite against the Castle and the Bandit. Not a lot of plant denial here, except for the C4 of Hyphen, who's playing back pretty far. Thunder is currently locked out of the site, save for the rotate inside of Carpet, but as the Zofia is covering it, he won't be able to get back in. But there's a shield! What? They just have a shield on the bomb chassis? My Bullets Go Pew is going to be able to plant for free. Is the Bandit going to be able to get the C4? The player by the red carpet rotate goes down. You have an explosive, Hyphen. Use it. He'll die to the man planting because... Longhorn tape, round number 2.
Bravo. Bravo, Harrison. Keep
I
your
don't know.
composure.
I don't know what
Yeah, no, it was definitely... There was a position. The shield is definitely in an off angle.
Collie
It definitely gave a lot of...
used
lot
the
of-
extra zoom on the melee hole and then didn't shoot it.
Breathe. It's okay. I don't
That
even
I
think
thought
Bandit
that
was
the
looking through the
funniest
melee
part of that
hole.
round.
He wasn't even looking through the melee. He was in the melee hole, right? But he was not looking through it. So that would have been a really free kill had he just shot at it. But for whatever reason, Duckzilla was hesitant to pull the trigger, and it costed him his life as well. Again, I don't think that shield was necessarily the death of that round. The death of that round was Bandit's inability to use his explosive. Although Hyphen has picked up 4 kills and been a big factor in his team's success up until this point, his lack of usage for utility definitely cost them any chance of having that round. It's definitely hard for some players, especially some players as good as Hyphen. When I'm saying as good as while also criticizing, I mean like he has really good mechanical ability, and sometimes those players don't always think about the other things besides their guns. They think gun first because that's what they trust and know, and so that might have put him at a disadvantage there. I'm not assuming anything, but I'm trying to theorize why he wouldn't have used the C4 in that situation, especially when maybe he didn't have the info, but they had a Maester come on site, so I kind of figured he knew.
He
And
also
the audio
did move.
cue.
Yeah, as soon as the plant started going down is when he moved, so I assumed he would have had some kind of...
Yeah, he would have had some sort of audio cue or something, because he could have thrown that C4, and I'm sorry, but I did not believe in... I think it was... No, it was not Duckzilla on the board, it was Zofia. But the chances of Zofia really killing that C4 there mid-air, low, possible, but it's definitely the first course of action I would have taken if I were him. As Thunder's already going to be taking a bit of damage, swinging onto Small Bacon, he's going to pick up the kill onto Pimp of Games and get out of there with just a sliver of HP. The early aggressive play works out fantastically for Thunder in Oklahoma State, though he's lost a good deal of HP for a trade-off to the IQ, which isn't the worst player in the world to lose, considering the IQ has no use on any of the operators that are being played right now, except for maybe the Bandit, which I'm not sure they know the Bandit is tricking. Not that he does so successfully.
Yeah, that was... I think they did, and that's why they did that cool little double up with the hard breach. That was actually pretty cool. That's off to Longhorn. I like that. So they will be able to get both sides of the breach open, which is not something you see every day on a bakery push. Now, you're talking about earlier the damage from Thunder, and that's not really a lot considering he is Castle, but Cosmic is just going to stand up, hold left click, and find 2 kills. A gas canister from Prep Window will stall out the man. Yeah, exactly. 81 bullets, by the way. And now it's all my bullets go pew and Look Lots. The two hard breachers are the last two attackers to try and salvage this mess of a round. Look Lots not able to find anything with that pre-fires. My bullets go pew will take a hefty amount of damage, I believe, from Thunder. Or no, it was from Konoma on the red stairs. Konoma will take a bullet back, but he'll be able to rotate back up. And if there's any pre-made holes upstairs, he can effectively lock off the breach all by himself. My bullets go pew peeking inside the site will take out Hyphen, so the bandit dead, no more C4 on the board. This Maestro still hugging the corner over by the kitchen counter. He'll take a spray in, and now they know he's popped up. They'll get a third kill on the round, and now it's all up to the Thermite, and the Maestro on a heater finds a fourth. OKST with round number 3, completely stumped by the Alda.
Cosmic with a great round on Maestro there. And that's what, personally, I love to see, is people getting aggressive on the Alda. Yes, most people think that, oh, it's Maestro, I'm playing Plant Denial, my life is important and everything, which it definitely is. But the cams provide so much information, and with the beast of a weapon that the Alda is, with 81 bullets and a high fire rate and very, very minimal recoil, getting aggressive on that gun is definitely the right move in a lot of situations. Even if you lose your life, like, just the ability to the fragging potential out of that gun, in my opinion, is definitely worth taking as many fights as possible when you are on Maestro. Because the majority of the time, especially with how many shots you can tank, unless somebody headshots you, you have a lot of fragging potential on that gun. As long as
You
you
have
don't...
enough ammo in that gun for 81 headshots.
Yeah. That is more than you need to 7-0 a team. So
Exactly. So, take this.
Cosmic
That is an Evil Eye in Pixel.
I'm not exactly sure why that's there, to be completely honest with you, because it doesn't really provide a lot of information. If you see an Evil Eye in Piano ever, it's usually by Grandfather Clock or Stage, because it's able to shoot drones, kill whatever's off the freezer wall. Maybe it's over in Pixel because it's such a strange position, they don't expect anyone to check for it if they do try to get the freezer wall open, which might be... I don't know, I'm taking a shot at the dark there. Maybe just the unexpectedness of this, because I would never expect for a Evil Eye to be positioned where it is. But usually it's in a lot more advantageous thing for killing, or advantageous position for killing drones and whatnot. So it's definitely odd that it is where it is right now.
I think they figure that they don't really need it for the intel because they have a Valkyrie. So maybe they're like, yeah, screw it, we'll put it in Pixel. Because it is like over.
But you still want to get the most out of your utility, right?
Yeah.
Because like, especially since they're running an IQ, and they're aware that they're running the IQ, because even though Texas didn't really need the IQ last game, they still ran IQ, and so far they have shown an IQ every round. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone on the Oklahoma State side that they are going to be running IQ, and those cams might not stay up. So the Evil Eye position, definitely an odd one, but is what it is.
Yeah, well, they're able to get the red wall open, so that is step number 1 to attacking top floor on Cafe. Open red wall. Good job, Look Lots. Using only 1 ace charge to do it. So, we've got the hole in. They should be able to drone out soon that there is no one playing inside of Piano directly. There is someone inside of Pixel. That's a gambit for a kill by My Bullets Go Pew, meleeing open one of the cocktail windows, trying to see if you can catch anyone on cams, anyone not looking, but you won't, as everyone's kind of actually peeled away from cocktail, right? Is there only one guy? No, there's one on Heaven.
Yeah. What? There's one below, one in bathroom, one bitch corner, and 2 in cocktail. So.
Oh no, Thunder's in cocktail. That's weird. Smoke in cocktail. Usually smoke is in freezer or bathroom. And Konoma is going to yet again get aggro on the Pixel shield, and he will die. I don't know why he keeps falling off even though the shield isn't destroyed, or why he keeps taking that aggressive fight, but hey, he's off the board, so good job to Longhorn.
He really just needed to stay there. It was already 2 minutes into the round. They were getting desperate, and what they wanted was for him to do exactly what they did. So I'm not sure if they're going to pay attention to the Evil Eye, or if that even killed the Evil Eye. Did they destroy it?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what
sure
that's what I
ADS
can't pick
or not.
what Waifu was doing. He was burning the ADSs, and then he went to go
Just
destroy
shot
the Evil Eye, and
shot the
Pimp
ADS at that point.
Pimp of Games just ran through the doorway and died. I'm not sure why, but there's only 20 seconds left. We're at a 5v4. Cosby's going to take some damage from the upside and repel of the Nomad as the rest of the attack tries to push him through the freezer breach. Another player trying to push Bathroom and failing. Inception cut down. I can't pick one wife who's playing for the trade. Will get one, but quickly traded off. Plant going down, though, will be stopped, and Duckzilla will try to resume it. There is a man downstairs, though. Thunder trying to deny, but no, he doesn't have the proper intel. There's no pings. Hyphen gets one, and coming off the plant is the Collie will die to Hyphen, a triple kill. Valkyrie saving that round. That was,
Are you early or am I late?
I don't know,
I'm not sure.
but, that bathroom push...
He's like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That
Yeah, I have
bathroom
no
push
idea.
was weird. They all just kind of ran into bathroom and died. And then the freezer trade was good, but he lost his fight to the guy Pallets. Plant was... I don't know why Plant wasn't completed the first time. He like started it and then stopped. I don't know.
I
if
might have
that's-
gotten nervous since it was a 1vx
Maybe.
situation. Maybe thought it was time to go for the kills. It really could have been anything.
Well, Oklahoma so far faring a lot better on their defensive cafe than they were Oregon.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So now going to the reading site, which is going to be the first tertiary site between both maps that we are going to see come out of either team, which, if you ask me, reading is definitely one of the more, I would say one of the stronger third sites, and a lot of teams actually use this as their first site in both T1, T2, and T3. Like, it's a very strong site. It's held very similarly to top floor, with a lot of tactics being used on like a lot of second floor maps where you hold the third floor for as long as you can and then just peel back. A lot of footholds coming out in both the reading and dining wall. So if attackers push into dining, then it's going to be a death trap if they don't take pillar control or reading control, which is going to be hard to take control of both sites. Though the smokes of both, only smokes on Ace? Yeah, the only smokes are on Ace, so that's definitely going to help with any coverage should they go for a dining plant, though most teams will traditionally push top down. And they do have the sledge to accompany that, and also I can't pick one waifu on breach charges. So as long as Duckzilla stays alive, they should have a lot of vertical presence to make the defenders on site very uncomfortable as they are beginning to drone out piano, and Kanoma is once again on the shield and pixel.
I think Konoma's gonna die.
Peek and die again? Yeah, 100%. Not
Well,
a chance he doesn't.
He's actually behind the shield this time, so we'll have to see as yet again, tick mark number 1 is checked off, opening the red wall. He will fall back, re-engage, and then fall back yet again. So Konoma at least getting away to pallets with his life. That's a good change. And Duckzilla goes down thanks to a C4 from Thunder.
And there's that soft breach. That
Yeah,
is
and the
definitely the
nades.
last person that you want to lose. Normally it's the hard breacher for most sites, but for this site, as the hard breach isn't the most vital thing in the world, I would argue that the sledge is definitely the last person you want to lose there, because there goes all of your presence to making the site unplayable for the defenders. And if they really wanted to, they could fall back now with very minimal destruction, as the only breach, or the only destruction to the site that's going to happen are the breach charges on I can't pick one waifu. So it's really going to become a very horizontal round, and a round based off of how much Oklahoma State wants to give Texas, because if they're not peaking, the chances of Texas winning this round are very low. So I'm not entirely sure that the... What's up?
I was gonna say, it's kind of funny too, because we were kind of like, oh, why is Duckzilla running the Collie? Why doesn't he go a more useful operator? As soon as he switches to a more useful operator, he dies first. So,
Yeah, especially with the
unfortunate.
lineup, right? Yeah, it is definitely unfortunate.
well, Looklots will be able to open the reading wall soon, though, and never mind, it's jammed. And
Yeah.
they don't have a Collie to deal with. You have an IQ, who...
He could definitely go above, but time is dwindling. There are only 35 seconds left in the
where is she?
round.
Oh, there she is. I think she's going to shoot it. There you go. They will be shot, and thus the ace charges will go off. Konoma looking like he wants to flank Brownstairs, but he'll think better of it as I can't pick one waifu frags out Inception, and the smoke goes down. 30 seconds of denial off the board, and there they go. They're aware of the flank, but I can't pick one waifu. Obviously can't win his shots, and never mind.
just walks in.
Sonoma decided he was going to just walk back up the stairs. Cosmic at least with 1 kill, but he's refragged by my Let's Go Pew, and Look Lots will get Thunder. Longhorn with round number 5.
It was always very trivial if
that really threw me off.
It's always very trivial if teams VOD review their own matches and learn from their mistakes, but I'm almost certain that if Oklahoma State were to look back at that round, if this map doesn't go into their favor, they're really going to kick themselves over that round, because that's just a round that was lost by over peaking. Like I said, I don't know. The time was dwindling, and like I said, it's going to come up to what Oklahoma State wants to give Texas for that round, because that round was in the bag, and they decided they wanted to give them the whole round. So definitely very unfortunate for them. However, Texas's 2 attack wins to this point have been very unconvincing, a round that Oklahoma State has thrown, in my opinion, and then also a 1v2 that should have been a 1v1 had Hyphen used that C4 way earlier in the game. So if Oklahoma State can take this next round, they're going to have the advantage, though it is very typical for a Cafe to be going to a 4-2 defender-sided split. Oklahoma State has definitely looked a lot better on Cafe than they did on Oregon, and they're definitely looking like the better team this go-round, as both Dougzilla and Pimp of Games and Dougzilla, who both had double digits last game, are right now hosting a donut, each of them. The only and one hamburger helper for Pimp of Games. For those of you that do not know, any assist is a hamburger helper, and Pimp of Games is right now feeding a one-man family. But yeah, I can't pick one waifu. My bullets go pew. They really need some help as far as the frag department goes, because a 2-man show is not going to last. It really isn't.
I'm so sad that the Jaeger re-engaged on Way, because I was going to make a joke. I was going to say, I can't pick one waifu, also seems like he can't hit his shots either. But
not a very good joke.
Then the Jaeger walked back up.
I'm not sure that's a very good joke.
And died. I'm sorry.
Could have gone with like I can't hit one shot. That could have been like, it's the wordplay. Yeah, I can't pick one waifu. I can't get my picks. You know something playing with the same nomenclature.
Did they just copy the jammer that was in the middle of the wall that they could see from the doorway?
I don't know. Though I really hope that's not the case. I would be very disappointed.
I think that's why there's an explosion on the. Oh no! Wait. It wasn't a jammer. It was a
Maestro cam. I thought.
Maestro cam. Okay,
which somehow the. Oh no! I thought the ace charge was also. Cosmic is also going to get a kill. Pimp of Games is going to join the leaderboard now, and Konoma is going to pick up. I can't pick one waifu. On the Zofia is there's going to be a man advantage early for Oklahoma State, and the big thing for Oklahoma State last time they were on the site was the Maestro, who is still on the board. They didn't clear the pretty shot coming out from Konoma as he's going to put Dougzilla onto 1 health, and both Pimp of Games and Dougzilla have picked up their first kill of the game this round. Definitely very positive, and for the trend for Texas. Yep. Right now, the attack is still having to deal with Maestro. Ooh.
Was his hand? I think his hand was clipping through the metal, and that allowed him to get lit to hell.
This game's so bad.
This
game is terrible.
As our good friend Pierre likes to say, game sucks, game sucks, game sucks. But now they know exactly where the Maestro is. That is an easy pre-fire, but challenging across the kitchen is the Bandit. After taking out My Bullets Goes Pew's teammate. The shield is there again. So if My Bullets Go Pew gets this plant off, we can blame this weird little shield spot they have. Will Hyphen use his C4? Is the big question.
Buddy.
Oh, he is! Let's go! But no!
He's gonna
as he lifts off the thermite, pushes and wins the fight! My Bullets Go Pew with a massive 1v2 there to tie up the hat for Longhorn, coming off the plant in the nick of time, as Hyphen, learning from his mistakes, thought he had it in the bag, but was not ready for the gunfight. That is an even 3-3 half.
See, well, that would have gone differently if his face. I'm mad.
Why
for
did he
them.
throw it
I'm
over the shield
mad.
and not on the shield?
No, I don't even care. I don't even care, dude. Cosmic is sitting there behind a metallic stove, right? And this game's great design is just like, I'm gonna shove my hand through this immovable object, and he's gonna lose What was it? He lost 80 of his health, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how this game works, right? I swear, this game. I'm mad for them. I really am. Like this game is awful. Like there's just no way that should happen. And I'm going to.
Well, we'll see whether or not Longhorn can make a better show of their defense than Oklahoma State did. Of course, 3-3 is not irrecoverable, but it is not ideal on Cafe. They're also going for a very similar operator lineup, only picking up the Wamai in place of, I believe they had a smoke here as well. So, very similar operator lineups for both sides, although Oklahoma State going to be taking a Nomad in place of the Collie. And I feel like they had an Ash in place of the Ace. I guess they're top-down clearing. I guess they didn't drone it. I don't know why they didn't just drone it out during the prep phase. It's not bad, but they don't have soft breach. Well, they have breaching charges. Alright, if you're using, in this meta, if you're using Ash charges on the floor, we gotta have a talk.
My air trap is deployed.
That's true. Freezer. That's cool. Kanoma goes down as well, and that's Thermite. That's even less ideal. Pip of Games finally traded out, but still, you've lost Ash, and you have lost Thermite, and you've lost about 90 HP on the side of Cosmic. 4 versus 3 in the favor of the defense as Inception desperately tries to find a pick through the floor, but the defense will not give one up. They've now kind of locked themselves to this white push. I'm not sure if the wall... Alright, the wall is open at least, so losing your Thermite, not as big of a deal as if the wall was still closed. And Thunder now in the corner of the meat locker, waiting for his chance to strike. Cosmo will pick up the diffuser, and it looks like, though the low HP, he'll be the designated planter. Inception is in coat check for... I don't know why, but he's in coat check and he will die as he tries to make his ascent in. There's 2 frags the way of Oklahoma State, though, and make it a 2 versus 1 as Cosmic on 1 HP is left to plant the diffuser with only 7 seconds left. He'll have to stick. My bullets go pew will wrap around, and the duo push will result in the Wamai getting the kill. Longhorn is round number 7.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
Camera. Reinforcements nearly done. My beautiful evil eye is ready.
Oh, what?
Perimeter drone activated.
Bomb located by attackers.
How? Why did bullets go for that? Why did Goya go for that? No, the Goya lost that like as soon as his foot touched the windowsill. Not quite sure why he went for that, but that's a great run out to trade it back by Pimp of Games, stepping up and trading out his teammate. A lot of this will fall onto I Can't Pick One Waifu, currently holding inside a pixel, and he'll fall back early, not wanting to make the same mistake that Jaeger of OKST did. There'll be a nade to clear the shield, but no, it actually gets caught by a disc. The Eli will get sledgehammered away, but the shield is still there. Popping up, though, no, I Can't Pick One Waifu can't get his pick. Down from White Stairs, though, it's the Jaeger. He'll actually be able to pick up two! A triple kill for Pimp of Games. You were talking about the other players needing to step up, and there it is, but there's two! The way of Konoma, as he's just able to walk down White Stairs. The Maestro trying to frag back 81 bullets, by the way, but they'll only trade a bit of damage. It's a 2 versus 2, nearly even HP from the last two teams, but the flank from Duxzilla finds a kill. And it's all up to Konoma, the Thermite. 1 versus 2. Playing the Fragmite right now. He's at half HP, and he'll take out the Black Eye too, but he's kind of surrounded. I mean, he's got one player inside of Heaven trying to watch for Cocktail, and you've got Duxzilla preventing him from moving back into Piano or trying to make this big bar push. Konoma's definitely in a tricky situation, and for now, he's just stalling out, but he'll opt to try and push over towards Cocktail. Waiting through the barbed wire is going to give the Maestro the only sound cue he needs. He'll hop on the pallets. Interestingly enough, if Lookalots just swings now, he might be able to find the kill, but Konoma now rotating over towards Freezer and back into Cocktail. Konoma just twisting in the wind right now. He doesn't have a lot of intel on these last two players. He figures that the Maestro is repositioned to Heaven because that's really the only place he could have gone. As the spray comes in, it will confirm the Thermite's suspicions. Now the spray comes through and the Valkyrie comes for the flank, and the Thermite is caught off guard. He finds the Maestro, but it's a Pyrrhic victory as Duxzilla cleans up the frag. Longhorn win round number 8 due to a heroic play by Pimp of Games. Despite the Thermite's best efforts, it's not enough to bring the round back.
More momentum based and momentum driven. As soon as they start to get like a sense of like, as soon as there's blood in the water, as soon as they've hit those first two frags, like, okay, I'm evening this out, I'm taking this over. Really, Konoma really should have pumped the brakes there just a little bit to collect themselves instead of just continuing to push and isolating himself onto White Stairs, where that Maestro was basically able to divide him and his teammate from each other. And that was just a really rough situation. Duxzilla picking up a big frag coming up red and really turning the tides of that round. So again, like I said, Pimp of Games, Duxzilla, both of them had 1 or 2 kills previous rounds. And I think Pimp of Games ended up with a 3K there, and Duxzilla ended up with a 2K. So definitely, no matter if they're lower on the scoreboard, they're definitely showing up when they need to. And that's definitely benefiting the team right now. So the University of Texas hangs on strong, and now they're going on to their tertiary site. And I would say this round really depicts whether or not Oklahoma State has a real fighting chance going back. Obviously, anything can happen. But with Oklahoma State, they're either going to stop the bleeding now, as they've dropped 3 straight rounds, or they're going to probably fall off the deep end, as this is going to be pushed to match point after this round. So it's really about whether or not they want to buckle down on the bootstraps and figure this out, or if they're not going to. I think Ash is going to go for the same White Stairs peak that she's done every single round. And yeah, she did. Hyphen, who started off really hot, was 8-3, has now stalled out for the last 4 rounds and not been able to pick up a kill. So definitely for the top fragger for Oklahoma State. If he is able to reignite the flame, I have a lot of faith in this team, but it's really up to that. And if the supporting cast of Oklahoma State also wants to pick it up, just like the supporting cast of Texas has picked it up on this. Not bad if you have everyone to make your own rotate. Already gonna pick up a kill.
Like it. I don't care.
You don't care?
Like it. But
It's whatever works. And so
Hyphen's
far,
still gonna go down, and then he's gonna run out the dining window.
that was Pew that hopped out. That was very interesting. Not entirely sure why. Pew is just kind of going for broke right now. And Pimp of
got his
Games is also
pick.
gonna kill the Thermite, I think.
What?
And he's
Thunder?
okay.
All right, Cosmic gets the refrag, so that's something. But Pimp of Games getting
He got
a
a 2K. And
two-piece.
all of his utilities down his Jaeger. Like I said, Pimp of Games seems to be just slamming on Jaeger right now.
Remember when he was like 2 and 8?
I remember when he was 1 and 6 or 0 and 6, whichever one it was. Like I said,
now he's
he
7
stepped
and
it
9.
up. Yeah,
And
definitely doing a great job.
I can't pick one waifu still on the board. He didn't get his frag last round, but you know he's still 9 and 5. Cosmic and Inception, the last two players, both positive, both doing decently well for themselves. They're gonna have to try and clear this Maestro out of the top floor and then attack the site. Look lots. Definitely not looking to give up this cocktail control anytime soon. It's really on Oklahoma to step up their fragging game right now because Longhorn have been on top of them at pretty much every turn, and there we go. Look, Lots goes down thanks to a great kill by Inception. It looked like he couldn't even see the Zofia on his screen. 2 versus 2, even man count. Oklahoma State have pulled this back slightly, but there's only 30 seconds left. They don't really have much utility to go for this push either. A drone gets taken out, so no more drones for the Nomad. Inception still with 2, but he'll go down, and now there's no intel on the side of the attack. Tuxilla picking up that influential frag on Light Stairs. Cosmic now nearly getting crossfired. He's got to walk into the line of sight of both of them. Both of them actually end up missing their shots. There's I can't pick one waifu to get the final kill after lighting him up in laundry, having to rotate away to the reading door, but still gets the kill nonetheless, and it is map and match point for Longhorn.
Yeah, I would say Oklahoma State is definitely against the ropes right now. With dropping 4 consecutive rounds and just some of their normal frags not popping off like they normally have, and Hyphen, who carries this team a lot, having stalled out, while Texas's struggling players have really stepped up in the last couple of rounds. It just seems to be like an open and shut case for Oklahoma State right now. They're going to have to really work for it if they want to get back into this game because, again, attacker-sided Cafe is not really much of it's a thing of the past. So right now it's about telling your team that, hey, we're still in this, like putting your boots to the ground and really working for it, really trusting in each other. But even then, it's going to be an uphill climb for Oklahoma State, as last time when they attacked this this first floor, I think it was a 4v1, 3v1, something like that. I think it ended up being a 2v1 that Woma ended up picking up that last kill, who is Waifu and I want to say Lots that were the last 2 alive, but it was a big 3K that came out of games, or Pimp of Games, and I don't know. It's just coming down to the wire, and I think it's Oklahoma State's time. Again, both of these teams are undefeated, so they're still top of their division. They're tied with Texas Tech University with 3 wins and 0 losses, and unfortunately one of these great teams has to go home today. And so far, Texas is looking like they don't want to go home a lot more than Oklahoma State is. So,
Well, we'll see if OKST are able to keep themselves in it, as it is a bakery push. They're standard here, but what is not necessarily all too standard anymore is the bakery hold, and Inception gets caught with his launcher out. That is such unfortunate timing, perfect timing if you're the Wamai. So, fragging out the Zofia, that takes away a lot of the utility burn and a lot of the destructive power of the attack. And Look Lots with a crossfire from Prep takes out Panoma, and there goes your only hard breacher. Everything is falling apart for this attack as there's even more damage done. The IQ gets 2 though, as Cosmic will even the man count, but with a flank through Small Bake, it's Pimp of Games to put things back in his team's favor. Thunder and Cosmic are the only 2 attackers left. They both have 1 HP after what was a pretty abysmal bakery clear. I
It was a
I
ball
mean,
to the wall push. They were desperate at this point.
this is over.
Yeah, you might as well call this
Just
one done
walk
for.
up against the electrified wall
Unless
at
we
this
can see
point.
some G8 magic, dude. Which I would love to see for one. It's just
With these servers,
maybe.
at this point, if I was
You've
Thunder,
noticed like the yellow disconnect for like the last
Yeah.
20 minutes. I'm sure they're not having a fun time.
if I
mean,
was Thunder, I would just walk up against the wall and just end my suffering. At this
yeah,
point.
I don't know. It's
Well, they'll see
not
the
that I
bandit
think
on
it has largely affected this game, but there have been moments where this game's flaws have definitely shown itself, which I don't like to highlight, but it is very saddening, especially when there are whole rounds that are dictated
wait.
by. But Thunder's going to pick up the first pick, and now the bomb seems to be going down as Cosmic has to be
Cosmic.
careful not to put his ass on that electricity. He's going to pick up another
Oh.
kill with a G8
Wait.
and a triple
G8
kill
magic?
coming out for Cosmic. Oh my goodness, it is now down to a 2v1. The one bullet landed onto either of them from my bullets go pew, and it is going to be all for the round as he crosses over towards Freezer, and he's going to try to reposition himself. 25 seconds, the clock is dwindling down, and maybe there's just a little bit of magic left in it for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. It's
Oh no!
no,
Slam the
Pew's
IQ.
gonna get
one
one?
bullet on the Thunder. Can
Does he
he
know
find the
he's
kill? What? OKST win it. How do you throw that away? If you're
OKST.
Longhorn?
What do you know?
It was a 2v3. The last 3 remaining defenders at full. Longhorn just
It's a
took
one-shot
that
headshot
round.
game.
They
So-
they took the round, they grabbed the round in their hands, they firmly grasped it, and they just hucked it as far as they could. Jesus Christ. I mean, okay. Why is Bandit prone in carpet?
Your guess is as good as mine, but
Why
the
is
one
like,
thing I've noticed from my ranked experience, right, which is not always comparable to competitive Rainbow Six Siege, but the 1 second you give that enemy team just a grasp of life, just like a gasp of fresh air, even after they're already going balls to the wall, throwing everything, because you could tell with that push after Inception died, Oklahoma State just kind of forced themselves in there. It's like whatever happens, happens. And they made it. They made it through the one round. You give that one sign of life, and suddenly that team has hope. And your 0-3 lead, or your 3-0 lead, goes to a 3-5 defeat. And so right now, Oklahoma State is grasping on to this game, and those are the rounds that are scary whenever you have a lead, because it's the improbable, the near impossible that
Like,
makes
at that point-
teams think like, oh, we're still in this. We got this, and that's what you don't want if
at
you're
that
Texas.
point, like I really don't understand the thought process from Longhorn. At that point, freaking barricade the whiskey double door and have all 3 of your players stare at prep. They have no hard breach. You know they have to walk through a single doorway. Like
and the top frag is peaking needlessly super early. If Pew drops here, I'm almost convinced that Oklahoma State's back in this one, but no, he's going to smartly pull off, and no, he's still going for more. I'm not exactly sure what Pew's doing, but he's either very confident or very cocky, which both might lead into a disastrous area, though. Inception on 1 HP, he's going to fall to Duckzilla, and once again, Oklahoma State's going to have to claw their way back into this round. Cosmic taking VIP below, and I'm not sure they're aware of my bullets go Pew, who's going to light up Thunder on Gridlock. And Konoma's going to trade out Pimp of Games, and now it's back to a 4v4 even man count as Pew rotates down red stairs. It looks like it's going to be a white push this time coming out from Texas, or not Texas, excuse me, from Oklahoma State. And with all this castled off, they have the left side of the map completely free as long as they cover their flank. Speak of the devil, though he is traded out, and that wasn't anyone like the hard breach. No, the hard breach is still on the board. So Oklahoma State with the hard breach, it was the top frag. That is
it is
correct.
pretty much the only reason that OKST was able to win that round.
Thunder got two
That is true.
kills on
Thunder
this
got
HP, on this HP, and a
I was
less
gonna say
ideal
it was
situation
Cosmic.
last time.
It was Cosmic who just took Bakery by himself after 3 people died. But you're right, Thunder did get 2 kills on barely any HP, but Hyphen is gonna get slammed off the hatch as I can't pick one wife who just kind of walks over there. Now, it's Konoma, who had some heroics, unsuccessful heroics, albeit, and Thunder, who is no longer alive. The two top frags for Longhorn still on the board certainly means a lot up against a Thermite with really no help at all. He does have 50 seconds, so he's got a little bit of time. My Bullets Go Pew is also very lit up, so, I mean, one shot on the castle and it's a 1v2, but of course, the castle has to give him that fight first. You can see My Bullets Go Pew just toying with him, delaying him. Every second counts. 35 seconds left. He'll vault into coat check, so he might have a little bit of an easier time fleshing out this castle, especially if Castle still thinks he's Whiskey. I don't know why you're peeking that single panel, because there's no one over there, Konoma. There's no one in Small Bake either. Everything's castled off. He'll spot the castle behind the bomb chassis and miss his shot. Now, every defender knows exactly where he is. He'll trade out the castle, but he's quickly fragged out by the Wamai, and that's 2-0 victory for Longhorn.
Was that a 7-4-7-3 or 7-5-7-3? 7-4-7-3 in the favor of the University of Texas, who's going to advance on to 4-0, and they will be playing the winner of the UTS. I think it's the winner of the UTSA Texas Tech team next week, because those are going to be the only two undefeated teams left in the running. I'm not sure if UTSA is, though. If Texas Tech moves on, University of Texas will be playing Texas Tech. And with this as well, University of Texas has just secured their premier playoff spot as well, because they are now 4 wins. They have 4 wins, so they secured their playoff spot. Nice. And Oklahoma State's going to have to pick up next week if they want to secure theirs as well.
Well, Oklahoma have to win. Or
basically, in CollegiateR6 with the format, it's a reduced season due to COVID-19, and basically 4 wins will get you into the premier playoffs, and 3 wins will get you into open playoffs. Anything beyond that is going to be determined by round differential. So that's basically the way that you guarantee your way in. So,
well, that was an interesting 2 maps.
Definitely.
But
wait, did you say mics are still hot or cold? Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you said. Okay. I didn't hear that. Well,
dude, if I did that on a CL broadcast, Crater would literally.
I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine through?
so we have an interview here with University of Texas player Look of Lots. Look of Lots, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you.
So are you? Oh,
I can go.
yeah. So are you aware that tonight you have officially secured your invite, or not, your League playoff spot, as you guys are now 4-0, so you guys are an automatic bid to the playoffs.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah. So congratulations with that as well.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything that you guys did to prepare for Oklahoma State? Did you review any VODs? Did you just scrim any, like, obviously you guys have been scrimming, but is there anything like in specific you did for them this week?
No, nothing really specific. We were kind of happy with the map bans, so that really helped us because Cave and Villa are some strong maps that we're at. So we were pretty confident that we
Mhm.
might be able to get this.
So you guys weren't as confident with the Oregon pick? I mean, you guys still looked like it and you guys performed really well, but you said Cafe and Villa. So
Yeah, we weren't. That was our first time playing Oregon,
Mhm.
so we weren't like super confident with it. But we managed to figure out how they defended, and then we able to keep just a high tempo on the Wamai, and then that really helped us just win the rounds.
Gotcha. So I want to focus on one round in the Cafe map. This is the round right before the half switch. There was a 2v2 previously, and on their first kitchen defense, Oklahoma State did a great job. Cosmic, the Maestro, got a 4K, and can't quite remember who was in the 2v2 situation. I think it was whoever your Thermite player is, and I think it was their Thermite and your IQ player, and you guys managed to clutch up a 2v2 against the Maestro and their other site player. And that was basically, you guys were facing either you guys go into this half 3-3 or you go down 2-4. What was going through comms then? Like, how did
I
you
mean,
guys
we were just trying to pinch out the Maestro. We had no idea that the Bandit was holding the angle onto the Collie at the hole.
Mhm.
But all we did is basically we cleared out the guy in bar right before. We synchronized the pinch. We managed to get it just because the Maestro didn't trust the Bandit. So
Mhm.
the Maestro looked over at the hole as well. So they had two people watching the Collie. So yeah, they killed the Collie, but Thermite was able to get the free pick onto the Maestro. And at that point, it was just a 1v1.
Yeah. That was excellently played by you guys as well. Um, Also, you guys only dropped one. I know defense is the favored side on Cafe as well, but you guys only dropped one round for that. So, have you guys been putting in time to your Cafe defenses and perfecting it to the point that you guys are really confident at it, or is did you just think that their attacks were weak and adjusted to it in that sense?
I mean, we've played Cafe a lot. Like Cafe is our most played map, so we're really confident about our defense. And as far as their attacks were pretty like predictable in the sense that we knew where they were attacking from at almost all times. So we were able to adjust ourselves accordingly.
Got you. And so I have one last question for you. So on the scoreboard heading into the half as well, you had Waifu, and I think who is the other person? Wasn't you, it wasn't Duckzilla, and it wasn't Pimp. Who's the person that I'm missing?
Brian, or Bullets Go Pew.
Bullet Scope you, that was it. Both of them, one of them was like 12-3, and the other one was like, I want to say 9-3, and everyone else on the team combined for a total of 4 kills going into the half. How did they, either fragging wise or like as leaders, hype you guys up? Because during your defensive half, everyone stepped up. Like those kills ramped up from everyone. It wasn't just them having to. Because like during the attacker side, it looked like they were doing a large amount of the work. How did that change? Like, did their mentality help you? Or was it just their frags? Or did you guys as a team stick together? How was
I
that?
mean, I don't think we ever actually brought up the fact that there are hard kills. Like, yeah, we compliment them and stuff for all the kills, but
Mhm.
we never let it get us down in terms of, hey, we're not underperforming. Because everyone has their roles to do, and as long as you meet your roles and as long as you can get what you're doing great.
Gotcha. All right. Crow, did you have any questions for Lutz? You just muted.
I forgot it was my mic that was muted and not in Discord. Why bring IQ so much on Oregon, particularly?
So there were a couple times we were planning on swapping the IQ for a Jackal, but then during those times, they would just take a Vigil. So we were just like, we might as well just take the IQ to track down the Vigil. IQ is also pretty good at being able to get the wall bandits. So we just tend to like to keep an IQ onto our roster for all of
Because we
our
were
attacks.
figuring IQ and Kali's job could be, except for the hunting down the vigil, could be effectively done by a Maverick, plus you get nades. Why not bring the Maverick?
I think it just comes down to operator preference at that point. We've just been playing Kali a lot more. Kali is also a lot more versatile at getting stuff like shields. The main reason why it was okay that we had both of them instead of just one person doing that role is on our attacks we tended to split up the preparation. So we would have like two groups. For example, on top floor,
Yeah.
the Kali would go for like the watchtower while the IQ would go ahead and clear the bedroom side. So that way, as ace, I could just get the watchtower and then head straight over to the bedroom, get that open.
Okay.
Got you. All right. I think that is all. Thank you so much for joining us, Lots. And again,
Thank you.
congratulations on your win and congratulations on securing your playoff spot as well.